Hey everyone, this is a review of the new Safariland vault holster. It will not be an exhaustive review, it's just kind of a basic review. So with this I have a 6360, a 6390 RDS, and of course the vault. Right? And the pistol's already been cleared, so don't worry about that. Okay, so you'll notice that the vault is significantly wider than the Legacy holsters. Were about 1 inch wider from front to back, and the bottom, instead of being contoured like this, it's wider. This is 1.5 inches wide here. Wearing this for 40 hours on duty, I did not notice that the width of it bothered me whatsoever, so that is nice. This is injection molded, 2 pieces bolted together instead of the Kydex or bolt-around. The Legacy holsters were open at the bottom, whereas usually you have a plug, which I always remove the plug for reasons I won't go into right now. Turn this over, you have your standard Safariland 3-hole pattern to attach your UBL or what have you to mount the holster to your belt and etc. The vault has a magnet here that's supposed to help guide the pistol into the holster. I didn't notice that working for me or working against me. I really didn't notice it at all. You also have a dock here essentially for your axon sensor, so that's a nice feature. The visual appearance of this is it is much wider. This is kind of like a RoboCop holster. Again, the width didn't bug me, so your mileage might vary on that, but it didn't bug me, and I thought that it would. The holster is the same from top to bottom, the length as the Legacy holsters, so it's not any taller, but it is wider. Of course, you have that taper. The reason it's wider is to accommodate some internal features, which I'll get into here in a minute. One thing you're going to notice about the vault is that it's less generous around the trigger guard than the Legacy holsters are. So we have this big opening here, which actually helps facilitate reholstering, but it also facilitates foreign items getting into the trigger guard, like fingers. So this is kind of hard to get a finger or an item in there. You'd have to be pretty slender to get in there. So that's, I think, one of their design goals. I think they succeeded in that. But this does complicate reholstering a little bit, which I'll go into in a minute. The ALS button, you'll see the vault is bigger, and it takes a little bit less travel to fully disengage that retention device. The SLS works the same as the Legacy stuff. My draw speed from this holster is the same. I didn't notice any limitations because of that. So, what else? If we look at inside the holster, the ALS is beefed up over the Legacy holsters by a bit. It's more robust for sure, and it works a little bit differently, and they needed to create a little more room because of that. And then also you have down in here this spring-loaded tensioner that pushes against the trigger guard, and that makes the pistol fit into the holster a little bit tighter, I think. I do think that some of these 63 series holsters are made to work with a gun without a light, but it always feels kind of like a rickety affair. This is a bit more secure for the gun without the light. Also, this holster is light agnostic. It's built for the large light, so it should work for your X300s. This is a 300 turbo. It should work for your TLRs. I think they have a different version of this holster for the small lights, like the TLR7. What else? Injection molded, Kydex. I think we talked about that. Now, this whole area is less generous than on the legacy holsters. So one thing you're going to notice is that this edge on your X300, if you push this straight down, it tends to catch right here. So it would be nice if they would make this not a 90-degree ledge. So Safariland, if you're watching, if you're listening, I'd suggest that you do that if you can. It may be that people end up doing a little work with a file to make this not so much of a ledge, because it does catch, right? So if you're in a hurry, right, you do that, that's a problem, right? So sometimes you get it just right and the pistol drops straight down, not a problem, but often it's not. I'm catching on that. So what I have found is if I simply put the light in first and then rock it, then it goes in 100% of the time. So there is that. So now obviously when you're reholstering any pistol, you want to keep your finger straight indexed and keep it out of the trigger guard so you do not cause an unintentional discharge. So just know that. If you look at the amount of room here that a finger would have to get in into the holstered pistol, it's much less room than on the legacy pistols or legacy holsters. So realize that. This comes with a improved hood guard, and it comes with optic cover, and it comes with a hood guard. So I took both of these off for purposes of this video. Let's see, what else do you want to know? This is one size, right? So it's Glock 9mm, so 19, 34, 35, 45, 48, what have you. When you put a light on the gun, the longest part now is not the muzzle, it's the light. So I think that, I understand their decision to make it kind of a one-size-fits-all holster for now. But maybe if you're using a G45 or a G19, which is not the majority of the market, I get it. And I think earlier, did I refer to a 48? I meant the 47, sorry. But if you're using a shorter slide model, it'd be nice to have a shorter holster. But again, the light is the longest thing on the entire gun, so I can see why they didn't do that. So what do I think about it? All in all, I didn't notice the bulk to negatively affect what I was doing. When you look at it, it looks kind of like Robocop's holster, but it didn't bug me. But again, you know, your physical size and stature, what you have in your belt might give you a different result than what I had, right? So it is bigger in this dimension to accommodate those internal features that we discussed. So, all right, I hope this was helpful to you. Take care.